I'm just in Liverpool 1 in Liverpool city centre. It's a nice place, plenty of shops, coffee shops, right by the Albert Dock as well. Really nice place, but I want to go over some of the mistakes our side, or those purporting to be on our side, keep making. Right, ask yourself this: how many transgender people do you know? And the answer is probably zero. How many girls, young girls, you know, that have been groomed by Muslim rape gangs? That's probably zero. How many white people do you know that have been murdered in racially motivated attacks by ethnics? Well, that's probably zero, right? So, is the last one. This is the best one. We're going to be a minority in 2066. Oh my God. The public, it doesn't even think as far as next week. It's thinking about today and tomorrow, let alone in 40 odd years time. That's another silly one our side keeps banging about. Other ones as well, like peak oil. Remember Nick Griffin used to go on about that. Cultural Marxism and all these other dead-end topics, issues that they're not interested in. I'm not saying that grooming's right or racially motivated attacks on white people is right, but the chances of it happening to the average person in this country is zero, right? You know, count them on your hand how many that you're aware of. I mean, try and put it in a percentage. You can't. How many young girls, you know, that are being groomed by Muslim rape gangs? Zero. How many transgender men, you know? Zero. Going to be a minority in 2066. It's pathetic, right? What we need to do is push local issues. The public's only concerned with putting money in the pocket and bread on the table. Right? They're not interested in these big issues, right? I'm sure they don't like them, and I'm sure some would agree with our view on certain issues, but they're not the primary, that's the word, they're not the primary issues that drives the public to the, you know, to vote at the ballot box, right? It's not. If it was, then why haven't nationalist councillors been elected? Or MPs even, Rotherham, Keighley, Rochdale, where there's been a lot of grooming. How come none have been, well, exactly, none have been elected? Because the public isn't bothered about it as such. It's not nice and they don't like it, but it doesn't affect 99.99% of decent girls. So the mothers have nothing to worry about. So we need to push local issues, right, as primary issues that affect the public on a daily basis. Otherwise, we're just going to keep on banging the same drum we've been banging for years. We can test these swine at the ballot box. We can challenge their power. We can take it from them. We've just got to be sensible and right on how we do this. Right, I'm getting back round to enjoying myself in Liverpool 1. I'll be over to the Albert Dock later on. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Hello, I'm just back in my sunny back garden, but I thought I need to add to the previous video because I may not have made myself as clear as I think I need to. When I say you don't know any transgender people or girls that are being groomed or whites that are being killed in racially motivated attacks, what I mean is you don't personally know anyone, not the ones that have been in the newspapers. Gavin Hopley, Chris Donald, Ross Parker, they were killed in racially motivated attacks. And Gail A, is it from Rochdale? I don't mean those we're familiar with. I'm on about you personally know any. Family, friends, work colleagues, whatever. Well, the answer is probably no. Now, I've just had an update from Marine Le Pen Facebook, and there's an interesting screenshot I'll leave here where she's talking about kids are no longer safe. Young people are no longer safe to go out or go to nightclubs, and they're fearful. And this new threat, the syringe, they're getting jabbed with syringes. I don't know what that's about. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, I think a Liverpool fan was jabbed with a syringe as well. Now, you can address things like that because it's covering a larger audience, right? A large section of the young people. Of course you can. Grooming doesn't. It affects a tiny, tiny minority that are dysfunctional social service cases. It's not right, it's wrong, but it doesn't affect 99.9999% of decent girls. So decent parents have nothing to worry about. Transgenderism going on about that. How many transgenders do you know? How many are you gonna know? Zero. You know. And that one as well. We're going to be a minority in 2066. Come on. Christ, why are we doing this to ourselves? Now, if you've got a spate of burglaries on a local council estate, of course you address that, because it's affecting people at a local level. Of course you address that, right? Like Marine Le Pen saying about young people scared to go out. So of course you address that. And it's like in 2001, when Walter Chamberlain was beaten up in Oldham by Muslim racists. Now, investigation into his attack uncovered an area in Oldham called Gloddick, where Dorbans were on walls saying white stay out. So they declared war basically on Muslim racists had. They declared war on the people of Oldham, so people were concerned, hence why the BNP shot to fame overnight. People were concerned because it was a big audience. But things like grooming and it's distasteful, it's not nice. People want nothing to do with it. Racially motivated attacks, as terrible as they are, they're that common, you don't even know anyone, do you? Well, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Or should I say they're that uncommon? But I was being a bit funny then. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know of any. We have to stick to local issues for local people. Local issues at a local level. And like I've said, if there's a spate of burglaries on a council estate that we're targeting, then of course we address it, right? Of course we do, right? Like many other crimes that affect the community. The grooming doesn't, right? It's terrible, I know, but it doesn't affect the community. 99.99% of decent girls and parents have nothing to worry about, right? And it's the same with racially motivated murders or attacks. The vast majority have nothing to worry about. It's not nice, I'm not saying it is. And transgenderism, and we'll be a minority in 2066, is just ridiculous. Or monkeypox, or the pandemic, and all of the silly nonsense some so-called nationalists on our side keep going on about. We fight elections, right? We address local issues at a local level, and we can beat these swine in power. Look who we're up against: Boris Johnson, Keir Starmer. Come on, we get our act together. We can easily get back up there like we once were with the BNP, right? We can do it. We just need a sensible party and sensible leadership, and we can do this again. In the meantime, let's build a base in these on these council estates and all around Britain, where people know who we are, and what we stand for, and get ready for when the comeback comes, because it is. I'm sure it has to come. It will. Trust me, it will. Okay, thank you.